Hey guys, what's up? IrishEmerald here, and welcome to the new league on my channel, the National Pokemon Battle Association, or the NPBA for short. And this video is just, as the title says, my draft recap video. Basically just me discussing what I picked, why I picked it, how the draft went for me, my thoughts on the draft overall, etc. And as well, I'll explain about the draft format for the NPBA as well. So and actually, I'll do that first. That was a nice little segue into it, but I'll do that first. So the draft format for the MPBA is slightly different to what we had in the UGBC that we're after finishing up. We have like back in the UGBC, the tiers are basically OU, UU, NU. RU and NU. But in the UGBC, it's slightly different. So what happens is your first pick in the UGBC is your trademark Pokemon. So it's basically just a Pokemon you draft in the first round from any tier, so long as it's non-Mega. So, excuse me, I don't know where that came from, but yeah, as I said, yeah, any non-Mega Pokemon from any tier. So I got about, I think it was 4th or 5th pick on trademarks, and I should explain as well that after trademarks you had the Mega round, so you've drafted your Mega, and I was pretty high up in Mega as well. So I had like decent picks for trademark and Mega picks, and I decided that when I was looking at the available Pokemon, I realized Mega Pinsir was a very it was a very easy Pokemon for me to draft. Like, it was definitely available, it was definitely in my line of sight to be able to pick. And for those who do not know, in League format, Mega Pinsir is like rated as one of the top 2 or 3 Megas. Its differential in League battles is insane. I can't remember the stat from the GBA, but it is just ridiculous. It is insanely high. It is extremely powerful. Its speed creeps to base 100s because it has base 105 speed. It's got a ridiculous attack stat. Aerial Rate just makes return and quick attack just ridiculously powerful. And I just decided I'm going to draft Mega Pinsir. I've used the Mega Pinsir before. I haven't used it on this channel just yet, but I've used it before very well. It was actually part of the one decent OU team I've built by myself, so I'm really excited to get to use it again. And I figured if I'm going to draft Pinsir, I should draft something that can kind of counter 1 or 2 of his weaknesses. And I was thinking, right, Talonflame, Staraptor, all like flying types basically just wreck Mega Pinsir. With Brave Bird, Rocks kind of do a serious number 2 as well. And I figured I can go for Slowbro, because Slowbro is like it'll just eat Brave Birds. Talonflame's got it has no problem dealing with Talonflame at all, because I was really worried that somebody in my division would draft Talonflame. Really worried somebody in my division would just pick up Talonflame and just said, right, somebody in my division has got Mega Pinsir, I'm drafting Talonflame to counter. Simple as that. And luckily it didn't, but the guys in my division have got scary drafts. It's insane. I'll go a bit more into that at the end of the video about who's in my division. And I decided to go for a Slowbro, and actually I should go into this a little bit more. I should actually enter in here. So I decided to go for the Slowbro, so I can get the Regenerator, get a bit of defense going. Slowbro gets decent coverage as well. It gets the Fire Blast, it gets Scald, it gets Size Shock, it gets Slack Off for really decent recovery. It's extremely good overall. It's Calm Mind to set up a little bit on the special side. It can be infuriating to take down. And coupled with Mega Pinsir, I have a really good balance with offense and defense. Now, at the same time, even though I was happy to get Slowbro, I was a little bit annoyed that I didn't pick up Starmie, because like hazards are such a huge problem for Pinsir. Like, the last thing you need on your on a Mega Pinsir team is, especially in the League format, is a weakness. Is no way to get rid of hazards. So I knew straight off the bat I needed to get Pinsir. I needed to get hazard removal straight away. So the first 2 rounds was your trademark, and your Mega, and then after that it was 2 Pokemon from OU, 2 Pokemon from UU, 2 Pokemon from RU, 2 Pokemon from NU, and 2 Pokemon from PU. So those, I know I've never talked about PU on the channel before, but PU is basically just a tier below NU, and also there was a couple of mons got shuffled around in the league as well. depending on tiers. For me, the biggest one was seeing Manaphy and UU. That was crazy. I thought Manaphy and UU was just outright ridiculous. It should have been an OU, especially seeing as there was so few OU mons available. Like, because most people with their trademarks, they trademark an OU Pokemon because, like, the sad reality is it's overused. It's OU for a reason, because it's good. So, like, a lot of the Pokemon in OU were taken, and there's 15 people battling this league, and there was just there was roughly 42, 43 OU Pokemon, and a few people didn't trademark an OU mon, so there was just enough. There was just enough to be able to give a full OU spread, give everybody 2 OU Pokemon. So the pickings were very slim in OU, but I had the first pick. Oh no, sorry, I didn't have the first pick, but I had high enough pick, and I was looking around and I was saying, right, I need a spinner. First and foremost, I need a spinner, and I was thinking about, and what my original plan was that I go for Excadrill T-Tar. So I said, I guess Sand this time. I've never used Sand in a league format, so I said, right, I go Excadrill T-Tar. Excadrill can deal with hazards all day, and it'll punch holes into things, and then the T-Tar will give me fantastic coverage. It'd be beautiful. So I got the Excadrill, drafted that beautifully. Next pick, straight after the Excadrill, T-Tar goes, and I was there just livid. I was livid, and every single contingency plan I had to match something with Excadrill just got sniped. I was wanting Raikou, I was wanting 1 or 2 others as well. Raikou was the main one after T-Tar went, because that way I get my fast electric type and I get a special attacker, and they were all gone. Thundurus Incarnate, oh no, sorry, there was one variant of Thundy still knocking around, but I didn't want to get it because it added to my rock weakness, and the Latis were still knocking around, but I had Slowbro in the back, and I didn't really want to pick up another Psychic type when I can pick up another Dragon type in UU or something like that, which, as you can see, I end up doing. So I ended up looking at it around, and I said, right, Superior is just a nuisance to deal with. I'll pick up Superior, and I'll have to patch up all my weaknesses later on. So I have, like, as you can see, the first 4 Pokemon I have, like, OU, but they're very, very powerful. Like you look at Excadrill's attack stat, like base 135 attack stat, it is insane. Like, it's just brutal. It's so hard to deal with. And I faced there's a Mega T-Towers draft and a normal T-Towers draft. If people are bringing T-Towers against me, I am going to bring Sandrush Excadrill. I'm going to body stuff. And then outside that, anyone who's got Rotom, who thinks they can kind of handle not the Venusaur, the Pinsir, the Mega Pinsir, I just have Mold Breaker, and I'll just crush things. Anything with a Levitate, I'm just going to crush. As simple as that. So I was happy with the Excadrill, and the Superior with the Contrary and the Leaf Storm, and just all that fun stuff. It's going to be good. I'm a little bit worried about Superior's defensive set, not defensive, sorry, offensive. It's the moveset offensively. Superior's moveset offensively is not great. It gets Dragon Pulse, Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, and then have 1 hidden power. Basically, like, offensively, this thing does not get great coverage. Like, it gets Aqua Tail and it gets Swords Dance, granted, but this thing's a special attacker through and through because it got that Contrary. So I have seen one variant of with physical, and where you do SD, because it is equal attack and special attack. Is it Swords Dance this thing? I guess, yeah, it is Swords Dance. So I have seen that variant before, and it could happen again, but it wouldn't be too bad. And maybe I can go for the Coil. It's something I have to keep an eye on. But with Excadrill and Pinsir knocking around, I have loads of physical coverage. So getting a little bit of special coverage was nice. So that was my first 4 picks. And then I was thinking, and basically after those first 4 picks, it was just, I had 1 or 2 things I wanted on my list, as I always do when I go on a draft for a league. I always want a fast electric type, because they're fantastic. We've seen Solar Panel in the UGBC putting the finest of work, and actually I was going to be my first pick in UU. I wanted to bring Solar Panel back. I really wanted to bring this Helios back to the Vexor Wailords. Sniped. And it was sniped by the same guy who drafted T-Tar. So the same guy's after sniping me twice. And needless to say, I was fuming. And I was high up in UU. I was 3rd pick or so in UU. So seeing he was gone so quickly, I was like, my face just dropped. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! This guy is just, yeah, he's just annoying. He was annoying me at this point. So, lucky enough, there was I had time in between all these picks because the picks were the draft is spread out over numerous days because there was so many people in it and the time scale and just the time scale around it. So, luckily enough, I had time to sit down, and I was very fortunate for people to pick out. I have a very big Mega Houndoom weakness, and Mega Houndoom was drafted. And people decided to mention this to me because I was slating Mega Houndoom on a stream that we were doing for the OU round, and for just to analyze the trademarks and Mega picks. I was on the stream for it, and I was slating Mega Houndoom. I was slating the pick. I didn't think it was a good one, and people pointed out at the end of the OU, I was like, I had a very big Houndoom weakness, and I was like, yep, I do, but I don't now. So that was one of the reasons why I drafted Hydreigon. It patched up the Dark weakness for Slowbro, the Fire weakness for Superior Extra Pinsir, get me Levitate, which is always nice, gives me the EQ weakness for the Excadrill, and it's just got a great typing, Hydrate, and it's got great coverage. It's as simple as that. Like that attack stat, 125, base special attack, fantastic. The speed, I'm not too worried about the speed. There's ways and means around it. It's 2 points below 100, so it's not that slow, but it's slower than the main benchmark to say if you're fast or not. So, but at the end of the day, I know what's coming, and if I feel like I can outspeed things, with just regular speed investment, I'm just going to do it. I'm not, and I won't feel the need to scarf it. And as I said, just coverage, like just a quick look, like especially offensive. And this thing can be physical as well. 105 base physical attack is not to laugh at, but like this thing gets Dark Pulse, Draco, Meteor, Dragon Pulse, he gets Earth Power, he gets Fire Blast, beautiful, Flash Cannon, Focus Blast, Heat Wave, like some awesome special moves there. He gets Signal Beam as well, he gets Surf, which is fantastic, and Tri Attack, which I'm not going to run it to be honest, but he gets Tri Attack, and then physically he gets U-Turn, gets Zen Headbutt, gets Rock Slide, Return, Outrage, Ice Fang, it gets Crunch, we saw that just earlier on, Aqua Tail. I'm pretty sure, it's like the coverage is insane, and Hydreigon can be ran bulky as well, so overall I thought this was fantastic. It was a great pick, and I was very happy with it. So then later on in UU came around, and at this point, after I was happy with getting Hydreigon, and then at the same time I said, right, I'm going to have in between the Hydreigon and Snorlax picks, I was thinking, right, I'm going to have to be a little bit more smart about my draft, because the stuff I'm wanting to get is getting sniped left, right, and center. So I'm going to so I decided to play a bit more of a long game when it comes to drafting, which and so therefore, like, after I made one pick, I always made sure that my next pick, there was very little chance it was going to get sniped, or people would forget about it, because there's a lot of stuff in lower tiers that people forget about that are actually quite powerful. And one such one in UU that a lot of people slept on was Snorlax, and I decided to pick up Snorlax because Snorlax gives me a good decent amount of special bulk, which I was kind of lacking. I was kind of lacking bulk at the moment because Slowbro was there. He takes the physical hits like a champ, but he doesn't take anything that special. Like, he can take one, but it's not brilliant. While Snorlax can sponge special hits naturally, and if I with a bit of defensive investment or with a curse setup, it's fantastic. Then on top of that, this thing gets Snorlax gets fantastic abilities. It gets Tick Fat, it gets Gluttony, it gets immunity, so it can't get poisoned. Ice, Fire type attacks, if I see them coming, this thing eats them. So, and then Gluttony is just for the berries, but I doubt I'm going to run Gluttony, to be honest. This thing has like a couple of great movesets I can run. It's got decent coverage with Crunch and the Brick Break, with an EQ. It can learn Curse. Curse is fantastic, and at some point I'm going to bring the Curse setup set just to annoy somebody. If I feel like I can get something off with a Snorlax, I'm going to annoy somebody with it. I did not know that the Snorlax got Gunk Shot. That is very interesting to know. I'm glad I know it now. And he gets Outrage 2, Ironhead, and obviously everybody knows the standard Snorlax set where you can rest and sleep talk and all that fun stuff. And he gets Shadow Ball, that's really cool. But he's not much in the special department, but you know, if it works, it works. And he gets Whirlwind too, so I can actually just, you know, if I have rocks up on the field or any kind of hazard, I can just Whirlwind them and start phasing people out. So I thought Snorlax was a good pick because it gave me a bit of special bulk, and he's got a great HP stat too. So I was happy enough with the Snorlax pick, and I thought it kind of gave me he did give me good bulk, so I was happy with that. And that was my UU picks. So then I was going into so then came RU. So yeah, RU, NU, and PU, and I was very lucky in RU to get Jolteon. Like as I said just a few moments ago, I always try and get a fast electric type in a league format, and I somehow got Jolteon. The last fast electric type, basically, outside of Electrode, you know, going, and I got it. And I was just, as soon as it dropped to me, I was like, Jolteon. Don't even care. I'm picking Jolteon. That was the end of it. Delighted with that. So I got Jolteon. Brilliant. Jolteon, as everybody knows, fast as lightning. Like, look at that speed. Fast as lightning. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Ice. Like it's got great overall coverage because it's able to hit the stuff it needs to. It's got Signal Beam for them if in case somebody's bringing like a big bulky grass type to deal with the Jolteon. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. It's got enough coverage where it can be useful, but it doesn't have like a brilliant amount of coverage, if you get me. But I think because of its speed and its typing and all that jazz, it's gonna just wreck things. Like it's gonna revenge kill a lot of things for me. It doesn't have enough. It doesn't have as much coverage as the Helios did, but it has more speed and it has more power. So I'm hoping it works. Like Jolteon has always got a great differential in league formats, and I'm hoping it does the same for the extra Wayloads in the MPBA as well. So I was delighted with that. I wasn't planning on getting, I wasn't expecting to get Jolteon at all. I was expecting Jolteon to fall to somebody else because it's such a great mon in RU, and it can be used so well in league formats. But it fell to me, and as soon as I saw it available, I kind of was like, right, Jolteon, you're mine. Great, delighted. I was kind of expecting to get Electros, to be honest, because I didn't think Jolteon fought to me, and I needed electric type, and Electros is great because it doesn't have a weakness, and the one Pokemon, the one mon that can kind of destroy Electros with a ground stab, I drafted it, so I knew I was going to be fine with it. But I got Jolteon. I got my fast electric type. Delighted, happy days. So it came around to the second RU pick, and I was tossing up between three Pokemon. I was thinking him on top, Emboar, and Blaziken. So Blaziken was allowed in RU, so I can bring Blaziken, but I can't bring the speed boost Blaziken, which is fine by me. I have no problem with that. But so it's Blaziken. But this was easy. This easy for me was the toughest pick in the draft because I knew I needed a fire type. I knew I needed a fire type and a fighting type and another way to deal with hazards. And oh my days, was I struggling, because I had him on top, which is fighting and was just superb at dealing with hazards because it's bulky. It is so bulky. So I really struggled with that. The Emboar, I was really tempted to get Emboar because I've been watching Mega Mogwai use Emboar in his league battles, and it looks brilliant. The way he used it is just fantastic. So I was really tempted to pick up Emboar, but I really want to give Blaziken a try. Because Blaziken can double dance. It can Swords Dance and Agility, which is awesome. Especially with that very poor speed stat. The Swords Dance is just Swords Dance is brilliant, and offensively, this guy can do a lot. Like, this guy's got great special attack, great physical attack. He's got priority in vacuum wave, which is pretty decent. He's got the high jump kick, which is fantastic. He's got blaze kick, but I'm not going to go for blaze kick that often. If I can, I want to go for the flare blitz, which he has, or the fire punch, because fire punch has 100% hit, and flare blitz is flare blitz. It just nukes. And then after that, I think he gets drain. No, he doesn't get drain punch, but he gets power up punch. Or does he? Does he get power up punch? I don't think he does. Oh, it looks like he doesn't. Oh, he does. He does. Sorry, I missed that. He does get power up punch. He gets baton pass. So if I set up with the agility, I can baton pass him. If I can baton pass into him, an Excadrill who's just sitting there with +2 speed, and it's like, yeah, I can kill things. That'd be brilliant. But he gets Brave Bird as well, and he gets the flamethrower, and he gets the focus blast. Which, to be honest, I'm not going to run focus blast that often, but he gets it, which is, which people have to be mindful of. He gets the poison jab, which is great for the fairies. He gets knockoff, which is fantastic. He gets overheat. He got Shadow Claw as well. I thought was pretty cool. It was pretty cool for it to get Shadow Claw, and he gets like the Thunder Punch, and he gets the Stone Edge and Rock Slide. So he gets a good bit of. He gets really good offensive coverage. It's just you have to be careful with that speed, which is going to be a pain, and you have to be careful of that. You got to be careful of his defenses because they can't really take a hit. But in saying that, I'm really looking forward to using it. I think it's going to be really good fun. So that kind of gave me my fire fighting type, which is really nice. And then after that, I was looking around and I'm like, right, I need hazard support big time. I need a way to have. I need a ghost type for that fighting immunity. I need a way to deal with some of the fairies because I didn't get a fairy. I didn't get a fairy, and I was a little bit worried about it. But so I said, right, I'm going to have to draft the fairy. If I don't have a fairy, I'm going to have to draft the fairy, and I'm going to need a little bit more bulk as well because my team is very offensive based. It's very offensive. Like if we look at the team up to Blaziken, like I have 2 bulky mons, and Hydreigon can be around a bit bulky, but it's not brilliant. And so can the Superior, but again, not brilliant. It kind of sets up screens as a support, and even then, like that set is very low tier. It's not brilliant. It's not a high tier set, but it can be done though. So I was really looking around, like, wow, I'm lacking bulk and I'm lacking hazard support. I have a scary offensive team, but support wise, I'm doing very poor. So I then went and decided that I was going to pick up the Skuntank. So Skuntank came around. As I said, I passed up hazard removal and Hitmon on top, but I kind of figured I might snag one other way to deal with hazards, remove hazards on my end, and I got Skuntank, which is brilliant, delighted, because Skuntank is poison, so I can deal with the fairies. It's got one weakness, which is ground, and I have an immunity in Mega Pinsir when it Mega Evolves. I have immunity in the Hydreigon. I have Superior who wants to sit in and take them Earthquakes for days and just fire off a Leaf Storm. I have the Slowbro who's no problem taking them. So that was kind of just a-okay with me. It was just a-okay with me with that. Wasn't too worried about it. Just with the one weakness, it means I just had to play around it. And the Skuntank is actually pretty good. It gets Defog, which is awesome. It gets Sucker Punch, which is brilliant. With a Dark Stab, Sucker Punch, that thing's going to kill. This thing has got Pursuit as well. So if this thing comes in on a Lati or some sort of Psychic type, and this thing wants to switch, I'm Pursuit trapping it. It's not going anywhere, and it's going to die, which is fantastic. And also, it gets a good, decent bit of like stab coverage. It gets Crunch, it gets Acid Spray, Dark Pulse. Like, its special attack isn't great, but like it gets the coverage. It gets the Flamethrower and the Fire Blast, which is really awesome when somebody thinks I'm just coming over here with a Steel type. No, you can't. I'm going to nail you. And it gets Haze to stop setup on it. And if you just look at the coverage, Play Rough, Poison Jab, it's decent coverage. Like, it's very decent coverage. Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's decent enough. And I get Taunt and Toxic, which is always nice to have. And the Toxic never misses with the Poison type. And even though and it's got decent speed where it can taunt like a setup mon, like someone that wants to set up spikes or whatever, like a Ferrothorn. So it can taunt them. And also this thing gets Aftermath. So if any of you guys don't know this thing, if you guys weren't watching the Diamond LP way back when, a long time ago, our Marowak died to an Aftermath, because if it gets hit and it dies, the other Pokemon loses a quarter of its health, and it is lethal. It is absolutely lethal. So as death fodder, the Skuntank is hugely viable. So if somebody thinks they can come in, and I was like, oh, I'll just click close combat or something like that and kill it. No, I'm going to take you down with me, and you're not going to like it. So I was delighted with it. I was delighted with that. And then, and this was NU as well. I forgot to mention this was NU. And then my second NU pick came along, and I was looking around here. Wasn't really liking what I saw that much, but I saw Miss Magius, and I was like, "Whoa, Miss Magius is knocking around. I think I'll take her because it gives me a fighting immunity. It's not great bulky wise. Like, it's got good 105 SPDF, but its HP is abysmal. Its defense is abysmal, but it's got great speed and great special stats. It's fantastic. I like moves wise, it's not that creative really. I have to be, you know, it gets a little bit of coverage. You know, the Dazzling Gleam, Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball, and the Energy Ball are the main ones you see there. It gets Hex as well, which is cool, but I'm not, you know, sadly, unlike the UGBC where I can T-Wave everything, I don't really have that option that much in the NPBA this season. But what I really like about Miss Magius is it's got a fast Destiny Bond, so I can really annoy someone with the Destiny Bond. And it also gets Heal Bell, but I'm not really keen on Miss Magius holding Heal Bell. You know, it might suit one time or two times, but I'm not really keen on it because it's not going to ever hit to get the Heal Bell off. It's, you know, but it gives me that little bit extra, and it gets Nasty Plot for setup as well, which is awesome, which is really, really good. And yeah, Power Gem. I forgot about Power Gem actually. I really forgot about Power Gem. And it does get Shadow Sneak as priority. Interesting. But yeah, I drafted because it was a ghost, gave me fighting immunity. I was late. I thought it was brilliant. So I got a little bit of both, got a bit of hazard removal, and I got an immunity to fighting types, which is brilliant. So then we went into PU, and PU is interesting. PU is always interesting because you can get some stuff there that's brilliant, and you can get some stuff there you're just like, oh man, there's just not. When you look at the drafts, you're like, oh man, what do I pick? There's not that much here. But I think I did well in PU. I think I did very, very well in PU. So my first pick in PU, I was looking around, and before I went into PU, I was like, right, I have two ways to deal with hazards. I've got one Mon in Excadrill that can set up rocks, but I don't really want to set up rocks with Excadrill, not if I can help it. So I said, right, and I didn't really have a really good way to deal with Brave Bird. Unlike in the UGBC where I had Regirock, I don't have a really good rock type. So I was like, right, I need a rock type, and I was really looking, and I was looking around, and I was thinking, oh, what's his name? Oh, I can't remember what was his name. Oh, he's Gen 5. What is it? Hold on, what is it? It's let me tell you now. I was thinking, before I went into PU, I was thinking of getting, where is it now? I'll tell you, as soon as it pops up, I'm gonna know. The Gigalith. I was thinking again the Gigalith. The Gigalith before I went into PU. But I figured that I can get a rock type as in my second pick. So I thought that first pick in PU, I was kind of free to kind of just, you know, see what was there and pick it up. And I was thinking, you know, I don't really have an ice type. Surprise, you know, don't have an ice type, and with the, you know, it'd be nice to have an ice type with dragons knocking around and whatnot. So I saw Craigonal, just, you know, not picked at the time. It was an ice type, which is great. Because as I said, we had gaps in between, so I got the plan before each pick, and I said, right, rock type second pick, and if I can pick up an ice type first pick, I'll just pick what's there at the time that I kind of just match in. And I said primarily an ice type would be nice, and if not, I'll just look at something that can give me a little bit extra coverage. But Craigonal was there, and I was delighted. Oh, I was delighted, because this thing gets rapid spin, and this thing gets sheer, not sheer cold, it gets freeze dry, and it has brilliant speed. So it's a bit like the Mismagius. It's a little bit like the Mismagius stat wise. You know, it's got 105 speed, but its def is just fantastic. His defense is poor, and his HP isn't that great, but he's got rapid spin. He's got rapid spin. Oh, I was so happy. I was delighted. I got rapid spin. I got another spinner. And like ice type wise, this thing just hits like freeze dry. Any kind of water ground ones, and there was a few that were picked. Any of them, they're not safe with Craig going and locking around in my team. This thing is ice beam, and I actually, you know, I didn't really have a full look at what else he gets, because I was just thinking this is ice stab. It's got levitate, so this thing can kind of come in. This thing can come in on spikes and clear him. It's got levitate, and he's another, so, and it's another ground immunity. So I'm like, why not use it? So he gets ice beam, he gets the freeze dry, as I said. Coverage wise, he's not brilliant, to be fair, but you know, he's there for the ice beam, the freeze dry, the rapid spin. He gets flash cannon, which is pretty nice. But he doesn't really get that much else after that. But I'm happy with it. Like, it's more hazard support, and you know, it's a little bit of special bulk, which is really nice. I can play around that, and brilliant. I'm delighted. And as well, this thing kind of matches very well with the Mismagius, because this thing, like the last thing this thing wants to deal with is Mach Punch. Mismagius can come in on the predicted Mach Punch and just literally have the Mach Punch go through her, and then just ping something with you know, with a move. I don't know if this thing gets psychic. Does this thing get psychic? It does get psychic. So just ping with a psychic, and I'd be delighted with that. I'd be just fine with that. So that kind of worked very well. And then I decided, right, last pick needs to be a rock type. Has to be a rock type. And of course, Gigalith went in the first round of PU. So that kind of annoyed me a little bit, but yeah, it's Gigalith. Hey, look, it went. Can't do much about it. And then Rampardos went before, just 2 picks before mine, and I think the same person picked Rampardos as well. I'm not too sure, but Rampardos went, and I was, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really keen on Rampardos, but at the same time, I would have liked the option, if you get me. But I wasn't too keen on it because I needed a bit more bulk as well, and not in Scream's bulk like Blastodon, like not in Scream's. Like, look at this guy's bulk. Like, oh my god, it is insane. Like, look at the defensive SPDF. It's insane. Like this team can't hit anything, and he's perfect setup for it. But his defense is insane. It's insane, and he gets roar. This thing gets roar. So if this thing looks like, if I feel like something's going to set up me, I can just roar it out, which is, you know, just fine by me. I get stealth rocks here, which is brilliant. I don't get spikes, do I? No, I'm not that lucky. But if I got spikes, it'd be a little bit more higher tier, I assume. But he gets roar. He gets toxic, which is fantastic. I don't think he gets Thunderwave though. He gets Thunderbolt, which is nice. Actually, sorry, does it? Yeah, no, it doesn't get Thunderwave, but it gets Thunderbolt, which is nice. And looking around, it gets pretty cool coverage. To be fair, it gets pretty cool coverage, but it just can't hit that hard. It just really cannot hit that hard. It gets Rock Polish, which is cool, but I'm not going to use it. It's not Rhyperior, sadly. And it gets Taunt, but again, I'm slow. It's going to be tough, but to use it efficiently. But you know, it gives me really good bulk. I can roar things out. I can set up rocks if I need to, and I'll hit things really. Well, I won't hit things really hard, but I can wear things out with the toxic and the roar and play around with that. So. And also, as I said, this thing I needed something for Brave Bird nonsense, and even though this is Rock Steel, like, Talonflame doesn't really want to deal with this, even like with Flare Blitz. So I'm kind of happy with that. I think this thing gets Stone Edge. It does, and I do believe this thing gets Rock Slide, and it does. It gets Rock Blast as well. So I was happy enough with the Blastodon pick. I would have rather the Gigalith one. But you know, I'll take the Blastodon pick, no problem at all. And it's very hard to actually wear this thing down. like with lefties or rest sleep talks, because I think this thing does get rest. This thing does get sleep talk, doesn't it? It does. I don't think it gets curse. Oh, it does get curse. Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. That could be real fun. That could be really fun. So I have another curse user. Wow. Alright. I'm finding out things as I go along in this draft recap, but I suppose that's one of the reasons why I do it. And yeah, that's the team. That's the team. That's how I drafted. I think I did okay overall. You know, it's a very offensive team. It's a very offensive team. Like, the more I look at it, it's very offensive. Physically, what if, like, we have the Blastodon, the Slowbro that can take physical hits, and we have the Slowbro and the Cryogonal that can take the physical hits. Oh no, sorry, the special hits. And Blastodon can take either or. And the Skuntank is a bit more utility. You know, it's very, like, it's interesting. Like, the more, every time I look at it, I always find, like, it's interesting how I picked. But and I'll see how it goes on, how the league goes on. But it's also very tough to get the perfect team you want in such a big league, because mons go left, right, and centre. Unlike the UGBC, where I was able to kind of just, like, if I wanted something, it was pretty much going to be there because nobody else was going to draft it. So yeah, I'm happy enough with the team. It's very hard for me to kind of figure out who I want to leave it, but I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work out very, very well. I think the way I built it is just, it can click. But we'll see as we go into the start of the league how we get on. I have a couple of very tough matches to start with. Actually, my first two matches are quite tough, so it should be interesting to see how they go along. So yeah, oh yeah, before I wrap up the video, I know I've been talking a long time, but before I wrap up the video, I want to discuss the structure of the league and whatever very, very quickly. So I have, we're split up into divisions, so there's 4 divisions. Is it 4 divisions? Yeah, I believe it's 4 divisions. So maybe it is just 14 players. Oh, sorry, no, 16. Yeah, 16 players. Sorry, 16 players. 4 people, 4 teams in each division. And in my division, I am up against everybody that's in the GMT time zone. So I'm up against, basically, I'm just going to spell it out. We're going to be very plain. There's myself, an Irishman. There's Fritzwald0, a Scottish lad. He uploads videos as well. Good friend of mine, actually. So it should be fun battling him. We have Seb, an English. I believe he's English. I'm not too sure. I think he's on the Welsh-English border, but he's English. And we have one more. I think it's Welsh. I think they're Welsh. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know I have Seb, because Seb's got a scary team. He's got a ridiculously scary team. It's gonna be tough to beat him. But and Fraser's really good too. But I'm basically fighting for my country in this division. I really am. It's gonna be very kind of, you know, nation against nation like there in my divisions. But it should be really good fun. And I'm facing 1 or 2 other Brits as well in the league that are in different divisions. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think it should be great fun. As I said, first 2 weeks are going to be very, very tough. I'm facing Fritzwald0 and I'm facing Damien. And Damien has got a very, very scary team. But I am confident I can beat him. I'm saying it now. Fun fact, actually, he sent a video. He sent me a showdown replay of him actually practicing with his team, trying to scare me. Well, maybe not scare. But maybe not trying to scare me. Just trying to say it's not going to be easy. But I'm really looking forward to facing them in week 2. And same with everybody. It's going to be a really, really fun league, and it's going to be a long league, guys. We've got it's 15-week league. You know, yeah, that's where I got mixed up. It's a 15-week league with 16 players, and I faced everybody in my division twice. So it's going to be a long, long haul before this league is said and done, and it's going to be full of twists and turns. So I hope you guys stick with me for it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I think I wrapped up there. I've been talking for nearly 40 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up there. If you like the video, please click the like button down below, and please share your thoughts about my team, how well I drafted, what your expectations are for the upcoming season, how you think I get on, what you think I should change with the team. Any ideas, any comments, how you feel, let me know. I love hearing what you guys have to say, and what you guys say and what you guys think. And if you cannot wait to see the NPBA in action, please click the subscribe button down below, because these videos are going to be coming your way each and every single week, and I cannot wait to get stuck into it. And also on the final note, the NPBA does have its own channel, and I am doing a video for it. I'm doing the power rankings for it, so I'll leave a link to it in the description. It's going to be my only plug for it. I might do one more. I'm lying. I might do one more, but but there will always be a link into the NPBA league channel in the description. So please, if you have time, do check it out when the videos start flowing. And yeah, I believe that's everything. And my throat is sore from talking so long, but I'm sorry, you guys. Thanks for sticking with me for so long. So yeah, I'll wrap up there, folks, and I'll leave it. And on that note, you guys, I'll see you next time.